I don't have many hacking things and whatnot, so I don't think I should try like nukes and all that. So I probably shouldn't try take that on. Take that. Um, just that there reminded me of Spec Ops: The Line. It's a good game. I'm probably replaying it soon. Not taking down the original recording, just replaying it because I want to. When I say soon, it could be years time from time of recording. Keep in mind it's still September 2016. In particular, it's the 18th. So, I don't remember what I was going to say. Oh yeah, remember Spec Ops: The Line? Jonathan McIntosh was losing his shit about it. I exaggerate. He was complaining about it heavily and saying that the main character is never humanized. No, he is humanized. He's all too human. He's just not made likable. That's the thing. He's human, just not likable. Like, yeah. He's an absolutely atrocious critic. He's incredibly inept, incredibly poor at his job. And I use job loosely, I don't think it's very much of one. And I'm not saying that as like, oh, you're a critic, it's not a job. No, no, it's just like, critic is a job, yes, but I'm not sure if, well, like, his flavor of critic is a job, like, or the way he's doing it is a job. It seems to just be a way for him to shit on things, and nothing more. So, yeah. I'm not that much of a git to say, like, oh, like, your career isn't a real career. Not that much of a git. Ah. So hoping I'll get the whole way across. Cloak. Jump. Crouch. But I'm... Damn it. Also, I heard that Autobot sound. Like, seriously. Creepy, creepy, creepy. But yeah, he's an absolutely atrocious critic. He's absolutely terrible at his job. And it just... The whole thing, like... His whole shtick just seems to be about shitting on things. I've read some of his things online before. He's a fucking idiot. I haven't watched any of his videos. I can't sit down and torture myself like that. Don't have that much interest. But I've read what he has said, and he's an idiot. I'm sorry if that's too harsh, but I'm not a fan of the man. He also blocked me on Twitter because I retweeted something he said with citation needed. He just asserted something and with no basis, and I said that, and he blocked me. He does that a lot, asserting things without basis. Like, I remember for him asserting that, like, he was basically talking about how stories can influence people, and certainly stories have been used to spread morals. Look at the ancient Greek plays. That was their way of spreading morals and ethics. That was their shtick, And certainly humans throughout time have used things like that. We're still using that. But the way he seemed to be doing it was, you go watch Mad Max, now you'll be, drag racing down the streets screaming, "Witness!" And you'll be skinning people alive or whatever the fuck they do in that movie series. I've only seen bits here and there of this. I've never really actually sat down and watched a movie. Most I've seen of Mad Max is a bit of SSOHPKC's Mad Max video game Let's Play from 2015. that Mad Max game. There might be others, to be clear. It's actually might be pretty good. Seems fun. Won't be playing it because it's Warner Brothers thing, unless Warner Brothers changed their policy. You have to, like, each episode has to be 5 minutes long if it has gameplay in it. So yeah, no, I'm not doing it like that. But anyway, I don't remember what I was saying. But, oh yeah, I remember now. But yeah, it just certainly doesn't say anything like that. But it just the effects he seems to believe that fiction has on people seems to be much more significant than it likely is. Certainly, I have nothing to back my thing up, but he doesn't have much to back his thing up either. What's asserted without evidence can be dismissed without evidence. And basically, I'm just simply saying, like, yeah, you're right, it has an influence, but you're going a little overboard. So I'm not really asserting too much, not nearly as much as he is. And to be clear, he, like I said, he isn't asserting that exact example, but he seems to be putting a lot of weight to the idea of, you know, stories influencing people. Well, they can. I don't think they can to the degree he thinks they can. But anyway, damn it, I'm just kind of ranting here. But yeah, he's irritating. Damn it. Let's stop doing that, shall we? I'm gonna be honest, I keep feeling like I forgot to make my point correctly about Johnny Boy there. I keep feeling like I was making a point and trying, and then I got distracted, and now I haven't actually made it. If that's the case, then feel free to ask me about it in the comments. And if I remember, I'll tell you. Wait. I just remembered something. Jonathan McIntosh was complaining before that in the new Deus Ex game, violence was going to be an option. I've said this before in a video, but I'm saying it again. He was complaining before that violence would still be an option. Someone pointed out to him like, oh look, violence is an option, you don't have to kill anyone. And he was like, he still wasn't happy because you could kill someone. And he was thinking, his logic was that if people see someone getting killed in a game, or being able to kill people in the game, I can't remember what the phrasing was, but basically that the ability, the option to kill in a game would make them think that violence or killing, I can't remember his phrasing, was an option in real life. If he said, actually regardless of which one he said, violence and killing certainly are options in real life. Oh, I stubbed my toe, better kill a bitch. Yeah, that's an option. Is it a good option? Hardly. But it's an option. And he seems to think that games should be teaching people how to be good people, which is very strange to me. So, yeah. He's just unpleasable. And even if you were some way able to please him, why would you want to? You, like, if it comes to making a game or something, you probably made an absolutely atrocious game. Just, you know, ooh, that's one hell of a needle. Yeah, it would just be like one atrocious game. And even then, he probably still wouldn't be happy. Also, anyone else remember Men in Black 1? You know the main bad guy, for what he looks like for most of the movie? I'm just trying to phrase it so I don't spoil things on anyone. Even though the movie is rather old, I still don't want to spoil it on anyone. But anyway, yeah, you know what he looks like for most of the thing? I can't help it when I see him like, well, what the villain looks like, and I can't help but think of Jonathan McIntosh. He just really just like the guy. He just ends up reminding me of him. I was actually watching Men in Black a while back, and all I could think was, you know, Jonathan McIntosh, and it was making jokes about him being, you know, the bad guy off to fight the patriarchy and shit like this. Just cause, you know, Macintosh Man away. As you can tell, I'm not exactly the biggest fan of the guy. But I'm sure you'll never have guessed that. You know, I am well known for my ability to be indecipherable. My personal stance is being indecipherable. In that order. Actually, did you know that actually once happened? Well, not exactly that way, but a pope or a high-ranking cardinal, or you know, clergyman, maybe it was a pope. I think it was a pope. Had the previous pope dug up so he could scream at his corpse. I think he wanted to confess to a crime, but it's a corpse. It's not going to do much confessing. Unless I know you have necromancy. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Save. F1. There we go. Got in here nice and stealthy.
That's far enough, Jensen.
You.
Ooh, stun gun.
You're behind this?
I said that's far enough. I can explain everything if you just stay where you are.
Negotiate, refuse, or excuse. Or accuse. Last time we talked, you used me as a punching bag. Now you want a conversation? I'm interested in explanations from you, or negotiate. Why don't you put the gun down? Then maybe we could talk. I'm feeling a little grumpy.
Last time we talked, you used me as a punching bag, and now you want a conversation?
I didn't exactly have a choice. I had to make it look good for Burke. Right now, he still thinks I'm on Bell Tower's side. But the minute he connects me to your escape...
That's your problem, not mine.
Then Dr. Megan Reed really doesn't mean anything to you, does she?
What do you know about Megan?
I know the name set off way too many bells and whistles when I added it to Burke's profile search on you. But it helped me to figure out who you are and why you stowed away on the ship. You think Bell Tower kidnapped her, don't you?
You want to tell me you didn't?
I wish I could. But after what I've seen this past year, all I know for certain is she's not on the base. Not anymore.
What's that supposed to mean?
Not what you're thinking. Listen, Rifleman Bank Station supports all Bell Tower operations in this region, Jensen. Regular contract and special op. 6 months ago, I received orders to pull every regular grade soldier and civilian contractor away from the airstrip. 2 Black Hawk helicopters set down minutes later. I thought it had to do with Australia, especially when I saw covered stretchers coming out.
How many?
5. Guarded by a heavily augmented special ops team. Burke went out to meet the leader and the whole group disappeared inside the detention camp. There's some kind of black project going on in there, Jensen. Something involving prisoners and scientists. And I need you to find out what it is.
I kinda lost track. When did that black helicopters touch down? 2 months after something? Or like 2 months ago? Or when? Because that means that it's been 4 months after the Seraph incident before they would have gotten transferred. You know, Megan and her team would have gotten transferred here. What were they doing for that 4 months? Why me, scientists, are on Black Project. I actually don't remember this being a thing here.
Why me, Keitner? That is your name, isn't it? The one Burke used back on the ship?
Natanya Keitner, yes. And it has to be you, because any movements I make are noted and logged. I can't risk blowing cover.
Cover? Who are you working for?
A few months ago, an Interpol agent approached me. They've had Bell Tower on their radar for some time, but they've never been able to prove anything.
So it glitched
The
with
things
Jensen's
that
head.
agent pointed out about this base, it opened my eyes to a lot of things. So you see, Jensen, I really am playing the good cop and the bad cop.
Huh. Can I be honest? I thought she was always an Interpol agent. Ah, no, sorry. I just remembered actually how this plays out. Yeah. Sorry, I got this kind of confused. Yeah, for whatever reason, I thought she was an Interpol agent herself. But no, she's just about her person who has switched sides.
Tell me more about these scientists.
Technically, I'm in charge of operations here, so I keep tabs on people coming in and out. Burke keeps meeting with doctors and researchers, telling me it's part of his interrogation technique.
You got any names?
None that I trust, unless the Doe family suddenly expanded into Australia and Asia. Thing is, I don't always see how they leave.
Yet you're sure that Megan did.
The Blackhawks did. Without the stretchers, but loaded with 5 stasis pods this time.
Yeah, they're on there.
I'm gonna need more information than that. Tell me about this Black Project.
I wish I could, but it's been classified. So classified every BT suit I've talked to refuses to even acknowledge its existence.
But you've seen something.
Only the edges. This station is part base, part military stockade, and every week a new shipment of belligerents arrives. Only, Interpol says they're not on anyone's terrorist watch list. Most are just civs. Harmless civs. Burke takes them into a restricted wing of the detention camp, and they just disappear.
Bellatar's up to some really nasty shit. And these are meant to be the one of the more moral PMCs. Like I said earlier, were they always up to this shite? Or is this new? Like they were, since their founding, were they always up to shady shit? Or is this shady shit just a new thing? Like, what were they once, like, you know, how their story now is a lie? Was their story once true? Were they once, you know, a non-shitty PMC? Or what?
Fine. What do you need me to do?
Hold still for a second.
What the?
Relax. I'm just compiling your biometric signature. Retinal scan, pulmonary and vascular imaging, the works. Once I upload it to the network and give Corporal Alan Tyler a security rating, you'll be able to pass through specific checkpoints in this sector.
Only this sector, why not others?
Because you're a fugitive, Jensen. The less room I give you to maneuver in, the more likely it is you'll stay one. I can get you into the detention camp, but the interrogation wing is going to be a problem. Only Burke can give clearances for that.
And I assume you don't want me to go ask for one.
Still the comedian. There's a security mainframe inside the detention camp's central command tower. You'll need to upload this copy of your biometrics there by hand. Contact me using your inflink once you do. Any more questions?
Burke, resistance and weapons. We'll go through all this.
I'd like a little clarification here about you and Burke. I take it he outranks you.
Technically, yes. But this station is only part military stockade. And while he and his unit have 100% control over the detention camp, I have authority over the base.
So I don't need to worry that this is all just some creative attempt at mutiny.
Mutiny? You think I'd risk so much because... Listen close, Jensen. Burke is a sexist, chauvinist pig. And yes, he outranks me. He's also been in Bell Tower a lot longer than me, so he's got more connections. Which he's used to undermine me at every turn. But that is not why you and I are standing here right now. People are getting hurt. Innocent people. And we have to find out why and expose it.
Exposure could destroy Bell Tower.
Bell Tower used to have honor. We do this right, it might again someday.
She says that Bell Tower once used to not be a piece of shit and used to be fine, like they used to have honor. But then again, she only realized now the bad shit that's going on, and she's been here for a while. That's how I presume it was. So maybe, you know, other bad shit was going on and she didn't realize it, or it was before her time. So who knows? Maybe Bell Tower never had honor.
The guards in the prison complex, are they Burke's men or yours?
Definitely Burke's. Highly trained, special operatives. So if you start a firefight in there, don't expect to live long.
I'll keep that in mind. I could use some more hardware. Any chance Corporal Tyler will have access to the armory?
You're still a fugitive, Jensen. I suggest you keep a very low profile. Still, there is someone who might be able to supply you. One of the base mechanics, a civilian.